Hey there, welcome back. Basement Tapes 284. This is a biggie, folks. This is the we thought Fleer was a troublemaker. These folks at TCMA slash SSPC, man, they're out for bear, as they say. 1976 SSPC collection in the basement here. Got 631 of them, they say. That's bizarre. So probably more like 630, but let's get into this. Oh, you know why? I can tell you why in a minute here. So let's get into this set. I have the whole set. This is a difficult set to get unless you buy it all at once because they pick out the star cards. And who knows what happened to the Buzz Cappers, the Tom Houses, the Max Leones, and the Carl Mortons of the world once they were left behind by the big time stars. So over at Beckett OPG here, 631 cards, 61 cents average value, $387.05 total value, 40 to 80 bucks for a set of these. I don't believe that. I think it might be a little bit more now. I think the price is slowly creeping up. So if not, then good for you folks. But I would say you'd pay $100 for this set, possibly. The cards in the 630 card set measure 2.5 by 3.5. The 1976 pure card set issued by TCMA derives its name from the lack of borders, logos, signatures, etc., which often clutter up the picture areas of some baseball sets. Think 53 Bowman, folks. It differs from other sets produced by this company in that it cannot be reissued due to an agreement entered into by the manufacturer. Thus, while not technically a legitimate issue, it is significant because it cannot be reprinted, unlike other collector issues. The cards are numbered in team groups. We'll skip all that stuff. The rest of the numbers are filled in with checklists, which are card 589 through 595, miscellaneous players, and a heavy dose of coaches. There are a few instances in the set where the team identified on the back is different from the team shown on the front due to trades made after the completion of the 1975 season. Remember that, folks, after the completion of the 1975 season. The set features rookie year cards of Dennis Eckersley and Willie Randolph, as well as early cards of George Brett, Gary Carter, and Robin Yount. The card backs were edited by Keith Olbermann prior to his network broadcasting days. Although some of the cards were copyrighted in 1975, they were not released until the spring of 1976, and they've always been considered cards from 1976 within the hobby. The cards were originally available directly from SSPC for $10.99 per set. So top threes. Let's look at the top threes. Got a very rare Harmon Killebrew Kansas City Royal card here, by the way. Nolan Ryan, then George Brett, and then Mike Schmidt, and the checklist with Jim Hunter, Nolan Ryan together. So multiplayer card there. I think the set is gorgy. I love it. It's simple. It's not perfect, but it's an awesome little set. Over to TCDB, and we will see the teams here are the Braves, Orioles, Red Sox, Dodgers, Angels, Cubs, White Sox, Reds, Indians, Tigers, Astros, Royals, Dodgers, Brewers, Twins, Expos, Mets, Yankees, Athletics, Phillies, Pirates, Padres, Giants, Cardinals, and the Rangers. Errors and variation, card number 593. A is Catfish Hunter Nolan Ryan. On the front of that card, it says Noland, Noland, which is the opposite of Nolan Ryan because he is a rancher, I believe. And card 593B is spelled correctly. Nolan, not Noland. Hall of Famers, many, many, many. 55 of them to be exact, including manager cards. I'll go through the managers here. Sparky Anderson, Walt Austin, Whitey Herzog, Dick Williams, Red Shane East, Duke Snyder's a coach. And there are multiplayer cards in this set. Willie Mays is a coach in here as well for your New York Mets perennial underachievers. Inserts and relates. Nothing doing there. There is a no number. Apparently, Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, Tom Seaver, Catfish Hunter, Hank Aaron, and Dave Kingman for some odd reason. Imagine that. 6 guys walk into a bar. Mantle, Mays, Seaver, Hunter, Hank Aaron, and, of course, Dave Kingman. So I'm sure Mets and Yankees flavor there. Let's get to the gallery. They do have borders, but they're not built into the design. They're just white borders. And, all these cards, folks, Surprised there's no comments or trivia in here, but I'll go by off the top of my head. You can see it's 1975 copyright. Fugazi, they were released in 76. All these cards, photos were taken in Dodger Stadium. When I say Dodger Stadium, I mean Shea Stadium. So they were all taken in New York, in Queens, Flushing, at Shea Stadium. And before games, for the most part, there's a few that might have been taken after games because it gets a little dark. But the odd part about this is you will find a boatload of American leaguers hanging out in Shea Stadium because of Yankee Stadium renovations. So that may have thrown some people off. It certainly would have thrown me off had I not been woke, as they say. But you could see Paul Splittorff there in Shea Stadium. Dennis Leonard, of course, Buck Martinez, all those guys ready to go at Shea. The lights are going down on Bob Stinson, but we have just enough charisma to light that face of his. George Brett, blah blah blah. George, there's old Harmon Killebrew in his Kansas City Royals outfit. Let's look at that card number 168, which says 3. Kansas City Royals designated hitter, 6 foot 210, 629-36 is his birth date. Bats right, throws right. Harmon Clayton Killebrew Jr. After completing his 22nd year as one of baseball's greatest sluggers, Harmon's career ended in 1975. 21 of his 22 seasons were spent with Washington and then Minnesota, and his last with KC. He had 2,086 career hits, including 290 doubles, 24 triples, and 573 home runs, to go with 1,584 RBIs in 2,435 games, and a career average of 256. 6 times the AL's homer champ, 3 times the RBI leader, and once its MVP. He played at first, third, and in the outfield. He had 10 100 RBI seasons and 8 times topped 40 blasts in one season. Nicknamed Killer, he's a sure bet for the Hall of Fame. Of course, that's Keith Olbermann laying it down on the back of the SSPC 1976 set. There's all the boys there. The Angels are in Shea. And wow, what a time to be in New York City. Blackouts and garbage strikes, prostitutes and cockroaches on 42nd Street. That's living, folks. That's you don't live. You don't truly live till you've seen Midtown Manhattan in the mid-'70s, apparently. So I bet Jerry Morales had a good time around town there. Tim Hosley, Gene Heiser, Don Kessinger, I know that name. Manny Trio, he's got 2 rings, one with the A's and one with the Phillies. There's old Pete Lecoq, number 317. His real name is Ralph Pierre Lecoq Jr. So he's a junior Lecoq right there. George Mitterwald. Look at all these guys, actually. I should say Pete Lecoq, George Mitterwald, Steve Swisher. They got their numbers, their uniform numbers, inside the C of their batting helmets right there in the front. So the pitcher knows who they are when they're at plate, I guess. There's old Duke Snyder wearing his Montreal Expos uniform, and something doesn't look right. Ralph Houck, 352. He looks about 3,000 years old there. And there's his Tigers. Again, the sun's going down at Shea, so find what we call best available light. There's old Brooks Robinson smiling away for sure. Let's get to the back end of this set because there's some fun cards. Look at old Pat Dobson, hatless out there, I say. And there's Thurman Munson and Shea. Don't see that every day. There's Chris Chambliss. He's pretending to bunt. Roy White. Walt Williams looks like Joe Morgan to me. There's Greg Nettles at the batting cage without a hat or a helmet, I guess is what the kids call him these days. Bob Boone, greatest catcher in the 70s Philadelphia roster, I guess. Tommy Hutton, Dick Allen. Look at that, man. Tony Taylor, a long time Philly. I'm trying to get to the back end of this set. Maybe I'll do it that way. There's the coaches there. Look at Mickey Mantle. No number Mickey Mantle. There's Jimmy Reese, the last card. There's Willie Mays, Tom Seaver, Catfish Hunter. No doubt who ruled the roost back then. And Hank Aaron, his last card, right? Well, I shouldn't say that. One of his last cards. The back of his card says 1976 baseball cards. Complete set of 630 cards, $12.99 plus $1. Boy, they jacked the price up. You get the complete set of 630 cards in full color, in-depth biography, and uniform number on the back of every card. Not available in stores. All the players on your favorite team are $1 plus 50 cents postage. Sports Stars Publishing Company, P.O. Box number 132, Department JG, Valley Cottage, New York, 10989. SSPC, Sports Stars Publishing Company, of course, supposedly an umbrella company for TCMA to avoid possible, probable, most likely litigation in case they done got sued. And they did get sued by Topps. There's the Kuzman and Duke Snyder. There's Maury Wills and John Knox. Maury Wills is wearing a trench coat out there on the field. There is Noland Ryan right there, and there is Nolan Ryan with Catfish Hunter. Erskine, Bronca, and Pee Wee Reese. Must have been an old timers day. There's Herb Score and Willie Mays. Willie Mays is making the rounds in this set. Then we get back to Larry Cox for some reason. So rumor has it that what was I going to say? Anyway, rumor has it, it's true actually, that Topps sued him, and I guess the never printing this set again was part of the agreement, even though they could sell out what they had in inventory. There's Al Cowens and George Brett, one of the funnest cards in baseball history, and Keith Hernandez and Lou Brock, a young Keith Hernandez and an old Lou Brock together. Ebony and Ivory, everything you want in a baseball club. Look at the Teaker there, 561. Jerry Royce, John Candelaria, Larry Demery. They're all there, folks. Jim Rucker, Dave Justy, Ramon Hernandez, Bruce Keeson. I guess it's Keeson. I better stop now. I'm starting to butcher names I've known my entire life. Ken Brett, that one I could say. Anyway, that's the 1976 SSPC Inc. set, a real ball buster for Topps, I'm sure, but one of my favorite sets that I have from the 70s. I like the attitude there. I like the uniqueness, and I always root for the underdog, I suppose, or maybe I don't, but I am a contrarian. So anyway, cheers. 1976 SSPC Basement Tapes, number 28E4.